Alright, so today we're going to be going over a MacBook Air that is turning on with some really funny blinking stuff going on the screen. So I just plugged the screen in. Let me just plug the DC inboard in and the DC inboard cable so that I can show you what it looks like and what's going on with the machine. So one thing to remember is that this person did not spill anything on it, because everybody who says that is always telling the truth. Turn on, mofo. The Haswell MacBook Airs do this thing with the fan where it spins, then doesn't spin, then spins, then doesn't spin, then spins, then doesn't spin, then spins, and then turns on. So it's kind of flickering, and I don't know if the flickering shows up here. It's probably not going to show up just because I'm trying to show you on camera. That's how this crap usually works. Yeah, it just went out. So let's see what it looks like. Now you just got to remember that nothing was ever spilled on this thing. Nothing was ever spilled on it. They'd never fucking lie to me. Customers have never lied to me. Never made shit up. Hoping. What is this? What is this on my LED driver? Why? Why make things up? I'm not Apple. I'm going to be charging you $325 plus tax anyway. That's fine. Whatever you feel you got to do. This is a funny phone call because the person's like, I've never gotten water on this. Ever. No way. Well, there was that one time I had a water bottle break open in my backpack, and it's like, come on. Come on. Just stop. Enough of that. Sure. So anyway. After using that JBC hot air station at Practical Board Repair School, I got spoiled, and I expect this to heat up as fast and get as hot, and it doesn't. The FR801 is an amazing station, but it is no JBC. Then again, the JBC is $1,800 something, and this was $650, so I'll happily stick with this. I should not complain about things that are affordable and practical. There we go. Ready to... Came off. Goodbye, corrosion. Goodbye, corrosion. Bye, junk. For those trolling about cleaning with a paper towel, you cannot possibly add more fibers to the board than what was already here. This will be going through the UC anyway, so. Okay, all that's gone. Fluxy, fluxy, fluxy. Make sure the balls of the chip get a lot of flux on them, not just the board. Get it aligned. Push down so you know it's where it's supposed to be. Make a nice contact with the pad. Push down nice and hard. You don't push down at all when you're actually soldering it, because then the balls will get squished and shoot out. Just push down in the beginning. Go in on the chip. It's going to drop or move in a second. See what it did? It moved into place. Now it moved into place more. Now I'm moving it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I know that all my balls are melted now. I'm going to touch up that backlight enable resistor that looks like it isn't really soldered the way it should be. So, oh, this is not the right tip. We're going to get you anyway. There we go. Got you. Got you. And something's in there that I want to get. Oh, it's stuck in there. A little shit. Little shit stain. Come on, get out of there. What a stubborn little piece of crap. Come on. You think I didn't see you? You think I'm going to miss something like you on my motherboard? Oh, hell no. You're going to come back out and cause me warranty. All right. Oh, it's just a scratch in the board. I thought that was actual solder. My mistake. All right. Let's see if blinking has gone away. Nice try, little microphone, getting snagged over there. Nice try. Okay. I hate plugging the keyboard and trackpad cable in on the air when the battery's still plugged in. Little pains in the ass. Okay, that actually went in a little too easy. It's not supposed to be that easy. It's supposed to be more of a pain in the ass. Okay, we plug all that in. We're going to plug the screen in. Battery. Maybe a speaker just for the hell of it. Want to make sure we have a nice long dong. Without a nice long dong, your job is pointless. But it actually kind of looks good otherwise. Still flickers like crazy. Okay, so what I did is I tried it on another screen. I didn't have another screen in this room, and it does the exact same thing. So there's definitely something more going on here that I'm not seeing. And it's related to backlight. I know it's related to backlight because it's those theater lights. You know those theater lights that you get on the screen? Those shadows that you see on the screen when you don't have the LED return resistors there at 0 ohms? When one of the LED returns is missing or corroded? That's what I'm getting. So in the backlight section of the schematic, you're going to see something labeled LED returns. And if any one of those LED returns is missing, you're going to see these shadows. So let's kind of see what those resistors look like on this board. Since it's flickering like crazy. So that little line over there is supposed to be all those resistors. You can kind of see where there was probably some corrosion at some point. See this? Kind of like a watermark. What gets me though is that it doesn't look any type of fucked up. Like the resistors themselves are probably fine. Yep, 0 ohm. 0 ohm. 0. 0. 0. 0. The connector looks good. This whole section actually kind of looks good. I didn't see anything wrong underneath the LED driver. But that blinking is really bothering me. With a problem like this that's not really isolated, it's not worth my time at all to measure every single little thing here. Because I'm probably going to get trolled if I do that. And these donor boards look worse and worse. It seems like I can't buy them as fast as I rip things off of them. It might be suggested that I be more efficient in my diagnosis and I measure every little thing instead of this silliness that I do of just replacing a bunch of stuff. And there's an argument to be made for that. And you're probably right. And I should listen to you, whoever it is that's saying that. out there in YouTube land. If I were smart, I would have put the big cap after this small one. But I'm not smart, so I did this. Yeah, you gotta be pretty stupid to do things backwards like I do all the time. So as I'm heating the board over and over again, it kind of gets rid of the flux that was evident in that solder. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding flux so that as I'm working, I'm reflowing that back into place properly. So as I'm... You'll see, by the end of it, after cleaning and all that, it won't look like an idiot soldered any of this stuff. You'll have no idea that dumbass was here. You really don't want to melt, do you? And I'm trying not to lose the resistor with my hands. And failing. I'm going to try to put it down on the desk, and who am I kidding? That resistor was gone a long time ago. All right. Treat this area properly. Okay. That's good. I love being able to move myself back to the donor boards bin and have no microphone cable getting tangled. That's beautiful. Getting this little transmitter and the body pad and the TA4F connector on the DPA microphone was the best thing that I ever did. People will ask, like, why don't you use a different type of microphone? If I had this microphone anywhere but right next to my mouth, between the air conditioner, the HAKKO, the air filter, and all the other stuff here, you would never hear me. You would hear gibberish. All right, so that's kind of getting a little crusty. But again, as I'm hot airing the other components, those will get reflowed into place with the flux that I just put over it. And again, nice try, little random piece of solder there. Now we do this area. So let's go over it one by one. So these are the HAKKO 3SA tweezers that I'm using, if any of you are interested. All that stuff was put on terribly. I mean, really bad. But I wanted to show you what's going to happen with the Amtech 559 at the end. Fucker. I was up with the flux there now. That's not a resistor. That's a piece of a resistor. While I'm here, at least you can see how all that kind of flowed into place? That's the beauty of Amtech 559. Amtech 559 makes a soldering genius out of a soldering idiot. Bad. My elbow actually started to hit the keyboard, which is right, hovered over the stop recording button, so I had to try to freeze for a second right there. Amtech 551 is on my side. Let's just double check the top here and... Yeah, like this looks good. I really don't understand what's going on here. Again, I would suspect something like feedback via. I would expect some different things, but just mainly because... Oh, this is great. So when I get a big pile of flux on my finger, I can actually go to the bathroom without unplugging it. Anyway, well, I would suspect the feedback via or something like that. But the reason that I don't hear is because I'm getting those theater lights. So something is really, really fucked up when it's not just doing regular flickering, but you're getting all that stuff. And again, I would totally suspect the screen on this. I would, suspect liquid damage LCD of any kind. But when you're giving me the exact same result, the exact same defect on a tested good screen assembly, then something points to motherboard. And it really sucks that everything on it looks nice. For all I know, nothing that I replaced is actually bad, and this will be fixed by an ultrasonic cleaning, which I should have done in the first place. And if the ultrasonic actually fixes it when nothing else does, I will be posting that as a video because it will teach you how to not do something stupid that I did. You're not just going to learn from what I tell you to do. You're going to learn from the really, really dumb things that I do that you're not going to do. I look pretty stupid, but, I don't really care what people think of me. Alrighty. Let's see if we have a fixed problem. Yuck. Still there. Disgusting. I hate flux. Just once, can't you just turn on and not turn on, off, on, off, on, off? I hate the 2013 Air for this bullshit. Just be nice. Be nice. It's not flickering. Of course it's not flickering when I decided not to plug the keyboard and trackpad on, and so that I could show you it in guest mode. Boo. I have to turn you back off to plug you in and get you into guest mode. Alrighty. The work and effort I put into showing you this stuff. So here's what's interesting to me. I totally get backlight flickering. I don't get the theater light flickering because the theater light flickering would be related to LED returns, and nothing that I just replaced is related to LED returns. I replaced the stuff that powers the LED driver. I replaced backlight enable resistors, backlight PWM, which sets brightness. I replaced SM bus communication with the LED driver, but nothing I replaced is actually related to my fucking problem, and it fixed it. And this is where you just gotta take the win and not drive yourself nuts, because I could really drive myself nuts trying to figure that out, or I could spend that time on the other 20, 30, 40 things in the queue for me. And that's a more efficient use of my time. Righty, so let's get into the OS, go into guest mode, and show you that it doesn't flicker. No more flickering here. Guest user. Oh, thank you for not making me reboot. In the newer operating systems, every now and then I notice it asks me to reboot into guest mode. You could have a Retina quad-core Haswell processor, PCI Express SSD, and when you reboot into guest mode in Yosemite, it is slow as shit. I don't know what the fuck Apple did to do that, but they went out of their way to make it the slowest, most miserable thing you could do in the world. So I have the brightness all the way up, and as you can see, it's not flickering, and no theater lights, and it's working the way it's supposed to. So this is good and done. I have no idea what it is that fixed it, and honestly, I don't care. It works. If it works, I get to collect the money.